Okay, start again. Got everything epoxied, a few things put in. The original wiper motor I got stuck in here. Got the transmission for the wipers installed. I did, like I say, I put this electric washer on here. Just didn't want to mess with the other, and I was either going to have to buy one or buy this one. So I decided to just go this way. Kind of looks stock, no big deal. Got this little bracket here that holds the, this will be vacuum running over to the booster. Booster's in. Nothing real difficult about any of that. Clutch is hooked up. I want to show you how that sits in there. And oh, for some reason I've got a light. So as long as I've got light, I think I'll do this. Up here under the dash, I can show you a few things here. So obviously gas and firewall pad. 3 bolts is all that holds that on. That's what it looks like. And we'll show you this little thing over here. That's where the cable comes through. And actually, once it pulls tight, that sits in there. There's your gas pedal. This is the assembly that holds brake and clutch. It just pushes on here, gets bolted in. Only thing odd about it, it's got a clip here. It is designed for the clutch rod to come in between the 2 pedals, push to the inside, and then there's a little funny clip that goes on and holds the brake. But you can just see, like I said, it's how that sits in there. I got those mounted. Those were the vents for the fresh air. And again, obviously on this, there is no recirc flapper there because it's a heater only car. But that's it. Just getting a few things in. Got right there's the cable for the carburetor. Got it snapped in. Other than that, it was just a lot of cleaning up. I went ahead and epoxied some pieces. This came in, the heater core came in, so just reference pictures so you can see what it looks like there. And I think that's all I got done today. This was epoxied. And a few nuts and bolts, and that's it. Till next time. Again, got the fan cover, the heater core is in place. That was not a big deal. The only thing was these little studs that I made. As soon as you start tightening it down, they just stripped in the plastic. So I just took the screws out, drilled through the little plastic block on there, and just ran bolts through. It required a little help, but it looks exactly the same. It's just you have to reach it on the backside with a socket and take it loose. And that was pretty much what I got done today. Messed with this thing, had to kind of bend some things to make it fit. Cleaned up the little capacitor, make sure, you can't just screw it on, make sure it's bare metal and it'll ground. And then found the little wire holder, which the harness will then go into. So it turned out decent. That, between sandblasting and doing that, that's about all I got done. So Okay, so this is not going to be a how to rebuild steering columns. This is about some issues I found. Both of these are out of a 79, I think. You can see them 79 stock and stuff. Two different steering wheels. This is the one that originally came out of the car. I was going to put a lock cylinder in it, so I pulled it apart. But when I did, one of the springs broke. It was just laying there in the bottom. And so I may just use the other one. The only difference is this. Starts out the same, and the last three are different, but that goes to the key buzzer. So not a big deal. It's just this one is different. The key buzzer is back there. Everything else is pretty much the same in the front. The problem I found, and it's not a problem, but in this original one, now these are just pushed in, I believe, but it clicks and twists. But I look up in there, there's no extra wires, there's nothing it's connected to. You can look in here and see, it's just making the noise in there. These rods run the headlight, high-low, and the ignition. That's all those do. And that part of it works. I have not tried to pull this out yet. I mean, I'm guessing that little noise could just be the detent moving something. But on this steering wheel, it does not twist. Now, it could just be frozen in, but that's my question. Why does one twist and one don't? Wiper switches are on the dash. I don't see it connected to anything. Maybe that's all that it is that one's froze up, but don't care. I never thought any of them clicked that way. This steering wheel or column is actually better, tighter than the original. But you can take the key and just pull it right out. So I want a new cylinder. That's kind of why I pulled this one apart. This one, the bearings are just shot. So I was either going to have to rebuild that, which is definitely worth rebuilding. I've actually got a phone call into a guy that rebuilds these. But there's a bunch of little parts in there that I'll lose. I'll lose parts. So he's done a couple of them for me before. I'll give him a call and see what he's got to say. But this don't have to be I mean, it just sanded down, repainted white, black. All of this stuff will get just cleaned up. It's all in great shape. It's just another one of those bugs you. Why does that click, 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 click? Why does it do that? So I don't know. I'll leave this as a lead into. I may just post this one by itself and call it columns or something. But if anybody has an idea, shoot me a note. I post that on a Facebook thing and everybody jumps in and says, oh, it's wipers, it's pulse. It's not. That was all on the dash on these cars. And there's no wiring for anything. So if you know, shoot me a message. Because there's nothing in the book about it. And even the books are, the wiring diagrams are a little different. But again, why is this one? I mean, it may be, well, this is the one that came out of 79. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm not sure exactly what it is. So anyway, later. Okay, a little follow-up. I take back what I said, back that out, about not being a wire in there. There is on this, there's a little pink wire and there's something else, but it does not come down here anywhere. So maybe that was 4 of the pulse wipers. I guess if they add it, they would have to run another harness up in here, kind of like, you know, when they do a cruise. The cruise will have another harness that goes up here to the stock. But I think now that that's what that was for. And hell, they may all be that way. But it doesn't turn anything but down below. And on this one, I'm not sure that that's maybe that's a 78. No, maybe that's a 80, 81. I don't know, but it doesn't move. I'll pull it apart and see if it's in there, but I don't think it does. So that may be all that is. Either way, I've got to probably pull this other one apart over here because I think it's in better shape, and we'll see. I'm still not sure which one I'm going to use. This one's got bad bearings in it. I may just take it to a guy and have him rebuild it. I'll look. Anyway, I noticed that. Had to look way up in there, but we'll get it figured out.